Hi friends! Welcome back. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. So I started just vlogging our week like I typically do, but as I started to look at what we had planned for the week, I saw a very distinct pattern. Everything that we were planning to do was something that scared the pants off me, basically. I am afraid of heights and I'm extremely claustrophobic, and we had outdoor adventures planned that challenged those fears in a really big way. And this sort of stopped me in my tracks. Not often do I sort of zoom out to the macro of my life and realize that I'm basically just doing a bunch of stuff that scares me shitless all week. But it made me stop and really ask myself why I do this, why I find it valuable and important and fun even to push my fear boundaries. So as I moved through my week, I made a conscious effort to contemplate this question, and I even invited some of my fear-seeking contemporaries to give me their thoughts on why they do things that scare them too. So I have some thoughts on fear and why I do these things that I'll share with you at the end of the video. But first, here's me scaring the bananas out of myself a whole bunch of times. Okay, so I made it out of Angel's Landing, and this was sort of on the lower end of my fear spectrum, and I know that everybody's a little bit different. Some of the stuff that I do might not scare you at all, but I came out of this feeling more exhilarated. There were parts where I felt a little bit scared on some of the narrow bits, but I was ready to take it up a notch and squeeze myself into some slot canyons. Alright, we are headed into the slot canyons. I only feel like I'm going to barf a little bit from nervousness. So we're going to do them from big to small. There's 3 of them so that you can get used to being squished by a rock. And I'm also pretty tired because I woke up in the middle of the night and my brain started telling me scary stories about getting squished in the slot canyons. So,
squish!
That's the best kind of squish. So I have a little bit of, claustrophobia, anxiety going on. This is gonna be fun, right?
Yeah.
Yay, fun.
Canyon number 1.
Update, this is not so bad. It's not super squeezy, but a good introduction into being squeezed. Gets tighter from here.
Canyon number 2. Take off the backpack.
Canyon 2 got a little squishy.
She did great.
I did and love it. Apparently Canyon 3, our last and squishiest canyon, is a lot of that for a long time. We're having fun.
Canyon number best. Okay, number 3, but number best. This is gonna be so good.
Update. It's really small in here. Oh, I don't want to squeeze through here. Okay, here we go. Oh, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Alright, we made it to the end of the squeeziest one.
She did it.
It was super squeezy. It was really squeezy.
It was really
It
fun.
was a little scary, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going back through the other way. It's fun. So as you can probably tell from the end of the clip, I was decidedly less scared once I had gone through the canyon. Once I had pushed past that fear once, it made it a lot easier for me to do it again. This is the time in the week when I started to hypothesize that fear for me is like a muscle that can be built. That I can feel fear or aversion, but build the muscle that pushes my body and my mind past it anyways. We are in Moab and we're headed out to do a little bit of climbing, although it's not the climbing part that is exciting. The climbing's like pretty easy, I think, but what's exciting about this is that after you're done climbing, there's an 18-story free hanging rappel. So usually when I rappel, I can walk my feet down the rock, but this is just like free hanging into the air rappelling. Never done that. I'm not scared, you're scared. Alright, we're at the top of the first pitch.
Yep.
Murphy cruised it. I'm about to lead the second pitch. I feel like pretty scared about it.
That's fair. You can be scared.
Yeah, still more scared about the rappel. But a little scared about the climbing. Here, let me show it to you. Here's the anchor where I'll start from, and then go up there to that bulgy bit. To right.
Other side of that door.
Oh, that's really hard to do. Yeah. Here we go. We're at the top. Made it. It's almost about time to rappel. It's pretty terrifying. You just drop into the abyss of 18 stories.
Yes.
Murphy's gonna go first. I'm gonna go second. How you feeling?
Good.
It's like not scared at all. It's just being terrified. It's fine. All right, Murphy got down safely. I'm about to go. Got my rappel set up. Got my backup set up. And I just need to fall into that crack. My heart is beating 1,000,000 miles an hour right now. Here we go, going down. Okay, so after we made it down from the rappel, the couple who was in front of us, who had shared their rope with us for the rappel, Lisa and Ryan, what's up guys if you're watching, we're gonna take some swings. So basically they left the rope up. You tie into your harness like you would for a rappel, you lock off the brake strand, and you jump into the canyon and take like big swings back and forth. And thinking about doing this is when my hypothesis about my own personal fear muscle began to materialize for me. I think if I had walked into that day and taking that swing, taking that jump out into the canyon was the very first thing we were doing, I think I probably would have chickened out. But because I had already done two things that were really scary for me, I felt this confidence like I could push through the fear to step off the edge and swing into the canyon. I felt so much more confident that I could do this even though I was legitimately terrified to do it.
Oh my
Yeah!
I'm terrified of heights, but we just did this swing over here, and it was one of the most fun things in my life. What's really fun to me is doing things I never ever thought that I would do. Yeah. I think that's exhilarating, because I would take one look at that and think, hell no, but then doing it and realizing that maybe it isn't so bad or there's a blast, it's like really cathartic.
For me, I guess I just don't even really think about the scary part until like I'm about to do it. I think I just know or assume that it's going to be so worth it. I feel like if I can just get myself over that edge to the point where it's not scary anymore, that it's going to be just fine. And
it's always
so
paid
far,
off. It's always paid off.
I have absolutely no regrets about anything type 2 fun-wise that I've ever done.
All right, so Murphy, why do you think it is that you are drawn to do things that scare you?
So in climbing or like doing the rope swing that we did today, I find really, really scary. I feel like once I get on the other side of that, like it might be really scary in the moment, but when you're on the other side of that and you're like, wow, I did that. That's a thing I can do. It's just a little bit of personal growth.
So is it not about the adrenaline for you?
It's not an adrenaline thing. I don't enjoy the adrenaline portion of it, but I do like facing my fear and not so much conquering my fear, because that fear is still there, but just recognizing the fear but doing what I want to do anyway.
Okay, so that was basically my week, and I come back to this question of why am I compelled to do things that I'm afraid of? I think there are two types of fear seekers: those who do it for the adrenaline and the exhilaration, and those who do it for growth. And I definitely think that I'm the latter. I think exhilaration can sometimes be a byproduct, but it's definitely not what pushes me to do it. Every time I challenge myself to do something I'm fearful of, I am building muscle memory, sometimes literally, sometimes just metaphorically, to feel the fear, but take the leap anyways. Feel the fear, take the leap. Feel the fear, take the leap. Over and over. And every time I do it, I build the confidence and the awareness to acknowledge that the fear is my own construct. It's not really the action or the thing that I'm afraid of, it's the failure that I'm afraid of. Whatever failure means, that could be falling or backing away from the fear, whatever that failure is, that's what's driving the fear. And for me, physical and emotional fear are really one and the same. So building my fear muscle is useful for things like swinging into a canyon, but it's also useful for things like finding the confidence to start a business or speak up for myself or quit my job and move into a van, just for instance. Ultimately, I don't do things that scare me because I don't value my life. It's because I do. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you all take care and do something that scares you today.